some ones in the chat if y'all guys can hear me, man. Mic check, 1, 2. So weird. That's good. How's everybody doing? And I have like everything going everywhere but to the right place. It's so crazy, man. All right. How's everybody doing, man? All right. Let's see who we got in the house. Look like we got Mohan. Wendy, what's good? Wendy Bishop. Thank you for joining. Nathan Fisher, what's up, man? Vice Envy in the building. What's good, man? Caesar, CJ, what's good? Thank you guys for joining, man. That's what's up. Nathan, you said you're in the studio. That's what's up. Everything's good, man. I am, just surviving in this cold, cold world. Seeing all these like headlines and a whole bunch of stuff going on in the music industry. I mean, it's crazy right now, y'all. And like you got like BMI who just sold themselves. It's very interesting times right now for music. And you wonder where it's all going at sometimes, you know? You got people selling like their whole catalogs. You got people buying their catalogs and investing in things like Spotify and Deezer. And then you see labels and stuff trying to get percentages. It's a whole lot of stuff going on in the world, man. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to have some fun, listen to some beats, and yeah. Yes, that indeed the music industry is going crazy, yo. Like if you really like think about it, so like there's like two major performance rights organizations, which is like ASCAP and BMI. BMI has like 1.2 million writers under them, and they just sold it to like a venture capital company. The CEO of BMI is supposedly still in charge. But you know, if you have a takeover of a company, usually there's a board that person still has the answer to. And if the board doesn't like what you're doing or the way things are going, then they usually boot the person there and put someone else in its place. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Hopefully it works out for everybody. I didn't like the fact that they went into the whole, for profit, even though they've been a nonprofit for like 80 years. So now they decide, hey, you know what? We want to take more money. That's the initial thing. Like they want more money. Everybody can say whatever they want to say about they want to enhance this and help out the writers and the composers. They want more money. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done that. And there was a time where BMI was actually free to get inside. So like everybody was going to BMI to get signed because you didn't have to pay a writer's fee. Like you didn't have to pay anything to get to be a part of BMI. Now they're charging $75 just to be a part of BMI. And then on top of that, they're taking 15% where it used to be 10%. A lot of people say, oh, that's not much or that's nothing. But 5% is a lot. So I mean, if you think like this is like $1 billion company now. So what's like 5% of $1 billion? You know? So I mean, when you look at it like that, you'll see that they're actually doing a lot more than they're putting on, and they're actually owned by like the radio broadcaster. It's the radio broadcasting company is what created BMI. And the reason they kind of created BMI was so that they didn't want to pay like performance rights. They were really stingy on their payouts for radio stuff. ASCAP was the only one there, and ASCAP was asking for more money, so they created their own thing so they wouldn't have to pay that. It's very interesting, man. When you look at the backstory, I've been kind of going more into, excuse me, learning about it. It's a lot of stuff, man, that a lot of people don't talk about. Actually, I only seen like two people, or maybe three the most, like talking about the whole BMI thing, and it's really a big deal, but no one's making a big deal out of it. So I'll probably do a more informal video about it later. But yeah, so how you guys doing, man? Welcome to another week. I don't know about next month. Next month, I might have to like just be ghost for a minute because December's coming up. There's a lot of things, a lot of work I have to actually do. There's some projects I need to work on. I need to fix a whole bunch of stuff just to get ready for the new year. Kind of plan out what I want to do further. So yeah, so we'll see. All right, so let's go through the submissions, and it looks like Mr. Robertson, the producer's up first. Uh, for some reason, my keyboard does not want to work, and I don't know why. It's very interesting or kind of strange to me. I don't know why it's not working, but I'm gonna shut it down and turn it back on. Hopefully that doesn't destroy the live. Who knows? All right, back on. And I still can't get any sound. Oh, duh. Nope, still nothing. So weird. But it works good. But my keyboard doesn't want to work. Ah, trials and tribulations we deal with, guys. I don't know. I don't know how we do it. All right. I guess with that being said, let's get into the whole listening to stuff. Stephen Parker is in the building. What's good, man? The snare in your I believe so. I want to say yes, that the snare is in the smash kit. Then again, I don't know. Like there's so many things. Oh, geez. There's so many things that I have. Like there's so many drum kits that I actually have. So I don't even remember. Uh, why is this there? All right. The video of session studio. Collaborate with. Oh, I haven't seen or heard about that one. I know there's a couple of platforms out there that allow you to kind of even do like live editing with other people online. I've never really done it, but what was this? They expect over 90 artists. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know there's been one out for a while that people have been using. I don't know how it, completely works. And what's funny is that BandLab actually has this function. So if you invite people to a session inside of BandLab, all y'all can collab on a track together. So I mean, it's been done by a couple of different people. I appreciate advice. I mean, it is what it is. It's just a lot of stuff going on. Can you guys give me a good web news about music industry, please? Um, you can look into Billboard is actually really good. The only thing about Billboard is they usually cut off the stuff if you're not subscribed to them. Um, but there's a couple of them out there. I don't have them off the top of my head, but yeah, there's a couple of them out there. But Billboard is the one I usually catch like the glimpse of whatever's going on, and then I'll look for other news related to whatever Billboard was talking about in their article. Yeah, it's not. There's nothing else open. Is the only thing that's open is Reaper, but for some reason my keyboard just doesn't want to keyboard right now. It doesn't want a keyboard. It's okay though. I mean, I still have the machine there. I can still kind of give them a claps and stuff. All right, so let's get started with the live, and we're going to start off with Mr. Robertson, the producer. Let's go.
Mr. Robinson, the producer.
All right, let's give it up for Mr. Robinson, the producer. Coming with some fire in the beginning of the live. That's what I'm talking about right there. Um, really good work, man. I like the bounce of this one. It has a really nice bounce to it. Um, I'm not sure where the direction you're going with it. Is it for like an artist or if it's for like sync? I know I've seen you in a couple of sync lives that I've been in, so I don't know if that was the aim or direction you were going with the track. Um, I do like it. I still think the mix needs some work. Um, I'm not sure if the kick is completely distorted itself. I know a lot of people kind of like that, like really hard, kind of distorted kick, but it doesn't necessarily match with the vibe of the beat, at least not to me. Um, but I really like the sounds, but the mixing could be a little bit better. Like that flute that's in there, it gets repetitive after a while. So you want to kind of get something to change it up just a little bit inside the track. Even if it's for an artist, you want to have some kind of break up to show like your chorus, or if they have a bridge or something like that in there. But I really like the track. Good work. Let's give it up for Mr. Robinson one more time. Yeah, man, the keyboard isn't keyboarding, man, for real. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, definitely a nice track. Busta? I don't know if I hear Busta on that or not. That's an interesting take on the track. I don't know. It's possible. Yes, sir. All right, so let's move on. Next person we have up is Stephen Parker. Let's go.
Baby, do you want me? Don't leave me hanging. Oh, I can't wait another minute. Baby, do you want me? Don't leave me hanging. Oh, I can't wait another minute. Oh, don't let me down. Hey, yeah. Baby, do you want me? Don't leave me hanging. Oh, I can't wait another minute. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you need. Don't leave me hanging. Oh, I can't wait another minute. Don't leave me hanging. Oh, I can't wait another minute. Don't leave me hanging. I know what I want. Tell me what you need. I know what I want. Tell me what you need. Don't leave me hanging.
All right, let's give it up for Stephen Parker. Really nice, man. I like the vocals on there. Looks like a couple people in the chat were saying the same thing. Yeah, man. Really dope, Steven, man. Keep up the good work, man. I mean, my only critique would still be kind of the mix. You want to, it's not everything in there is kind of even out. Like that 808 is taking over the whole entire track. There's nothing surviving around the 808. The 808 is so dominant that it sounds like it's pulling everything else down. I don't know if you have like a side chain on everything else, but it sounds like everything else kind of lowers down when the 808s come in. Um, I would just check that. Just watch out for that, or you may just need to uh, take off some of the saturation that you have on the 808 itself. That may help as well. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's just something that's really compressing the rest of the track down, but the 808 is just dominating the whole entire track. So just be careful with that. But other than that, really, really good track, good sound selection, good pacing. I could definitely hear artists on there. So I don't know what direction you're going in through with this track, whether that's going like the artist route, selling this as a track, or you're going for like that TV film kind of thing. But I could see it fitting in a lot of different ways, a lot of different places. So really good work. Let's give it up for Stephen Parker. All right, so let's play KSB. That's what's up. Man, let's give it up for KSB. Woo! Y'all ain't playing, man. Y'all are not playing it whatsoever, yo. Really, really dope track. Sound selection on point. Melody on point. I really like your structuring. You do some really nice structuring with your tracks. I don't know if you like do a lot of beat battles or something, but usually people that do beat battles do a lot of things that you do to put like ear candy inside the track itself. So that's something I wanted to ask. Do you actually do like beat battle kind of beats, or because this kind of structure is what like TV and film kind of look for. They like change ups like every 4 or 8 bars, so that they can have different pieces and parts to go with your track. So if that's the direction you want to go, I would say it would probably work for you. Artists also do like change ups at times. They don't necessarily like a lot of them, but this will actually work because it doesn't lose the momentum as the track goes on. The only thing I would say is maybe either boost up the kick or change out the kick to a harder kick so that it punches through the track a lot harder. Like that's the only thing I could say about the track itself. I really like it. Really good work. Let's give it up one more time for KSB. Yeah, dope. Saya in the building. What's good, man? Yeah, it was fire track, yo. Yeah, dope track, yo. I feel like I want to hear that kick hit me in the chest. I want it to thump. Yeah, dope. All right, that's what's up. All right, so let's move on. And guess who is next up to bat? The man who just entered the chat. See, that's a rhyme right there. You know? And that beat did actually make me feel like I want to spit some bars to it. Really dope. All right, let's see what Saya did. Put you right to sleep just like a sedative. Nice work, Saya. I like that one. Those drums is hitting hard, yo. Really dope. Let's give it up for Saya one more time. I know Vice was definitely waiting to hear, I think, a drill rapper. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We're probably working on some stuff though, man. I got like there's a lot of things I need to fix up and clean up and get done. We shall see. All right. Next up, Vice Envy. Let's go. All right, let's give it up for Vice Envy. Vice coming through with some fire. Really, really good work, man. I like the track. I like the sound selection. I like the little vocals that you put in there. Really dope. Really dope, man. The 808 sounds like really, really good in this track. I don't know if the snare or the clap is too dry. I would probably either raise it up a little bit because it's not hitting. I mean, I like stuff to hit. I don't know what it is. You know, it has to hit for me. Um, I could definitely see somebody jumping on this. Um, but yeah, there's a part in here where the sounds are lower. The sound itself is lower than the actual like shaker and hi-hat. You want to make sure like your highs should be always under the rest of your sounds. Like it shouldn't dominate. At least from what I've seen or I heard or what I should say I like. I usually don't put the hi-hats or shakers that high. I think it's around here. Yes. Like I can hear the shakers and everything clearer than I can hear the stuff in the background. So I'll probably just make sure things are a little bit more leveled on that note. But everything else is dope. Really dope sound selection. Like I said, I could hear somebody on it. Mixes are getting so much better. I really like the 808 in this one. It sounds like perfect, damn near. Like really good work. Let's give it up for Vice one more time. All right. Next up, we have Nathan Fisher. Let's go. Mm-hmm. All right, let's give it up for Nathan Fisher, though. Yes, I did like the melody on there. All right, really nice melody, actually. I could definitely hear that in like video games. Like, there's a lot of like libraries currently that I've been seeing a couple of them asking for this kind of sound, like the real experimental kind of sound that you're actually going for here. I think it's dope. I just think that the mix can be a lot better on it, just so that it can relate a lot better. Because like all your drums is like far in the background. I don't know if you have like a reverb on them or something that's pushing them to the back of the track itself, but the lead sound is overtaking the whole entire track. And I didn't really hear a kick in there or like really any kind of bass. So I don't know if that was the route that you were going, like kind of experimental kind of sound. But I like the melody. The mix could just need some work on there. And if you want to add different kind of elements, that would also help out the track as well. But let's give it up one more time for Nathan Fisher. Now, it looks like that is it for the night, ladies and gents. I think there was one more track in here. Steven Parker had another one in here. Seeing that we have a little bit of time, I'm just going to go and play it. give it up Stephen Park one more time, yo. Really dope, man. I like that breakbeat. Um, really dope. The way everything kind of came together, vocals sound nice and crispy on there. Um, I think the sounds could come up just a little bit inside the mix, just so it doesn't feel as far back as it does compared to the drum. The drums is slapping and looping in the front, and like the sounds is just in the background chilling. I mean, if that's the route you want to take, that's fine. But you could probably pull them up just a little bit inside the mix itself. Really dope track. I could definitely hear someone even getting on this track and spin some bars and stuff like that. So good work. Let's give it up for Stephen Parker one more time. Man, yo. A lot of things going on in the music world, guys. Ladies and gents, it's like, it's crazy, man. Um, I know you guys have, if you haven't already, you've probably heard about the Spotify thing where they're trying to exclude people um, from getting their payments or payouts, which is like really, it's almost against the law to kind of do it, just because they don't own the rights to the music, so they can't say that they can't pay you for your intellectual property kind of thing. Like it's just like a morals kind of thing. At least to me, it is. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about the whole like Spotify thing? And if you guys are not with a PRO, I highly suggest to get with one. If you're actually doing any kind of music and you're trying to sell your music to artists, you're trying to put out any kind of product out there, mixtape or beat tape. If you're going down the route of TV, film, movie, commercial, gaming, that is something that you guys would definitely need to join. Um, I'm not going to say which one you should or shouldn't join. Both of them suck, in my honest opinion, or all three of them suck. There's CSAC out here in the US, there is BMI, and there's ASCAP. Personally, I think all of them suck just because they don't pay you on a regular. It's like you have to wait like every quarter kind of thing to actually get paid. ASCAP actually splits theirs more than BMI. BMI at least pays you kind of like all in one sum. So like all your international and domestic royalties come in like one check, or if you're like a publisher, all of it is in one check at the same time. Whereas ASCAP kind of spreads everything out. It has like 1 month for writers, for your domestic, one for your international, and then you have one for your publishers. And the publishing one comes out in its own little separate kind of thing. So, I mean, it just matters which one you want to go with. Right now, I believe ASCAP is still free from the last time I've looked. BMI is currently now $75 to actually join as a writer, and it is like $150 to join as a publisher. And if you are a LLC, then you pay, I think it's like two something. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's two something for BMI to join as a publisher. So ASCAP used to be $50 for writers, $50 for publishing. Either way you go, it was 50 either way. But now I believe the writer is actually free, and you still pay like the 50 for publishing, from what I remember. Can't remember completely. Man. Panda Play, what's good, man? I didn't even see you in here, yo. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Spotify is and the only thing that, well, should I say, the thing about it that kind of rubs me the wrong way is like the other things will start to follow suit, right? So all the other majors, you know, like the Apples, the Titles, Deezer, Napster, all these are like streaming platforms that people actually have, even like the Amazon kind of model, which I actually have Amazon. I don't mess with Spotify pretty much at all. I don't necessarily like Spotify. Pardon me. But that's just because getting paid 0.00 0.03 for a song that gets played is it's weird. It's weird to me, yo. Like, I mean, like you're saying that I'm not even worth half a penny. So you had to play my track 4 times to get 1 cent. So, and that right there is what makes me like, you know, if you're not gonna pay me, at least let me get my money, even if it is, $3, $6, whatever it is, it's still mine. Like you're gonna take it from me and give it to Drake. So it's like, what is really going on here, yo? Like, what are we really doing? No problem, Nathan. It's just one of those things where um, people are like really being bold right now. I don't know if you guys actually know who Curtis King is or heard of Curtis King or watch his channel or anything, but he took like all his stuff off of like streaming platforms and he just put it out or released an album kind of like on its own server kind of thing. I think the place is called Even. Um, and he's selling basically like a hand to hand kind of to his customers. Um, and the last time I saw him post, I think he had like 69 people purchase like the album from him, and like 4 or 5 of those people paid like $100 for the album, which is super cool, man. Like, and some people even paid over 100 for his project, which is really cool. And it's great to have that kind of support from your fan base. Um, People like me are on YouTube and asking people to follow them on this platform, and most people don't. Like I think my rate is like 73% people watch me, and like 20% is like actually following some like that. Um, it's very interesting, yo. When you really get into um, these platforms and social media, you start to realize uh, how much you know people actually really rock with you or mess with you. I appreciate you guys. I mean, there's no other way you would be inside the Discord, submitting stuff every week, joining the challenges that we have on here. I really appreciate you guys, and you guys are pretty much the reason I continue to do this. Um, I think it's fun. I get to help you guys out as much as I possibly can, as well, as learn from you guys. Like when I'm telling you these things, I go back and listen to my mixes and see what I'm missing at times, like because no one's perfect in this. Everybody has their own opinion and feel about things. People can be swayed different ways from different things. So yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I haven't really been kind of pushing toward releasing a lot of music. Um, just because like the streaming thing is so weird. And I think I got my wrap up for Spotify, which I don't really push or promote Spotify. I'll actually do like the Amazon Music, which has been the bigger payer. If you do follow me on my IG, I even had a post that showed I had like 23,000 plays on a song, but this other song that I had on like Amazon had like 600 and something plays and paid like 3 times as much as it did on the Spotify platform. So it's like, why are people like rushing this platform like it's the greatest thing? I don't get it, man. I don't understand. There's other platforms out there. Apple pays better, Tidal plays better, but everybody is still just gravitating towards Spotify. When you meet people and they have music, you say, "Hey, man, what's your Spotify?" You don't say, what's your Apple Music, what's your Tidal, or are you on Tidal? The first thing people will say is Spotify. Even when I get briefs from libraries, they'll give me like a Spotify link to go to listen to, the brief or whatever tracks they have in there as references. And it's like, man, this platform here is something else. And just to think like the huge percentage of the people that are on Spotify, they actually are just on one thing, like this whole playlist. So like if you can't get on a playlist, there's no way for you to really make money on Spotify. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like you can have like your little fans here and there, you know, 20, 30, maybe even 40 fans, but if you're not on a playlist, you're not really being heard. So like 75 to like almost 80% of the platform is from playlists, is where you get all your sales, where you get all your plays from. So if you can't get on a playlist, then it's like it's almost like a monopoly in a way, man. I don't know. And the labels are the ones that actually control it. They have their hand in everything, man. It's so crazy, yo. If you start to like look at like the backing of a lot of these things that's going on, if you guys do decide to go with BMI, just know that they did get bought out. They did sell it. So I think it's Blue Mountain Capital. I believe that's the name of it. They're the ones who actually have the majority stake in BMI now. And another person that's a part of there is Google's like parent company, the ABC, I think is what it's called, or something like that. And they're the ones actually in control of it now. Like, so they have a piece. So Google basically has a piece in BMI, which is almost like a conflict of interest. But then again, almost everything is a conflict of interest if you look at it, because there's people on the board at ASCAP, you know, that are writers, composers, and publishers. And you know, music publishing is still Sony, Warner, and Universal. So like, you know, those three big dogs is still there in everybody's pockets. They Spotify pays them. The last thing I heard, someone was saying it was like 75% goes to all these other companies or labels and stuff like that. And Spotify only has like 25% of their like earnings. It's crazy, man, when you think about it. And but just think about this, right? So BMI just sold. I think they sold for like 1.3 or 1.7 billion, somewhere around those numbers. They said, you know what? We're gonna give 100,000, I don't know, 100 million to our writers and composers, right? So if you're a writer and composer and you're with them, they're gonna find some way to kind of give you some of that money, right? But just think about it. You have 1.2 million people with BMI, and they're gonna split that down to all these other people, this 100 million. So I mean, if you're like at the bottom of the barrel, guess what? You're gonna get the bottom of the barrel of that little payout. It may not even be anything for you if you're not making money with them already. So it's very interesting, at least to me, that they are going down this route. And people had questions about all this stuff that's going on right now. And the funny thing about it is that the radio broadcast company is the ones who kind of own BMI, and they're getting a payout too. They're getting 100 grand. I think what was it? iHeartRadio. They gave them 100 million as well. But what do? Why do they deserve to have 100 million of writer share, publisher share, that they don't have any piece of that. They didn't create any of that. Why are they getting $100 million? That so in actuality, it should be 200 million going to the writers and the composers and to the publishers. It should not be going to the radio. Like, I mean, that's, man, it don't make no sense to me, yo. But you know, this is the world we live in right now. So um it has its good, it has its bad, but everybody is right now is it seems like the world is just so greedy right now, man. And I don't understand why everybody is so greedy. And when I say everybody, I mean like everybody is so greedy, yo. Because Spotify can actually resolve the issues that they're having by raising the rates of whatever they're giving out to all the artists. And that would resolve the issues that they're having over there at Spotify. If your CEO is not making almost $1 billion by himself. He's not sharing that with anybody in his company. Otherwise, he'd take a less percentage and actually hand it out to the rest of his company and the people working for him, so they wouldn't have to worry about staffing issues and setting up new platforms and things like that. They wouldn't have to worry about any of that if they would share the wealth. But nobody wants to share the wealth. Everybody wants to just take. Just take, 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 take. I'm sorry, I'm boring you guys. Came here for a live. I'm over here rambling and ranting about different things. I'm going to try to do another beat review, and next month, December, will be the last beat battle for the year. I might change it up and do something a little bit different for the winner, and I might actually make it a 2-week kind of thing. Just so I can give everybody ample time so I can actually promote this one a little bit more. I'm horrible at promotion, man. Like I have so much stuff going on, and if I promote it better, I'd probably be doing a lot better. Just to be honest, because I do so much, the mixing, the mastering, the merch, um, the one-on-ones, the knowledge that I can actually give people. Like there's a lot of things out there, man. Give me a 1 inside the chat if y'all are still with me. I'm like I said, I'm just here rambling on, and I don't even know if you guys are listening to me or not. Well, I guess I'm not talking to anybody. I don't see any ones inside the chat. Not a one. There's no ones inside the chat. All right, so I guess we'll jump off of here. I really appreciate you guys for listening to me vent and ramble on about the music industry. So I guess I should start promoting more. I'm gonna try to do that a lot more, even on my channel. Get ready for next month. If you are a person that uses Traction Waveform, I will be starting to use that DAW next month on my channel. So get ready for those videos. Gonna go through and show a couple of things about that. I have another audio interface that's in the box that I'm currently using, and we're gonna see how that one actually goes and flows with my workflow. But yeah, so like I said, on this channel, we do beat battles, we do beat reviews. Just join the Discord itself. And yeah, Vice said to refresh the stream. I have no idea how to do that. No clue how to refresh. That's crazy. Let's see. Maybe if I put some in the chat. There we go. Some ones. All right, cool. Man, this thing. All right. 50 cents in the month. Does it feel working? No, not really. Yeah, Curtis King's dope, man. I appreciate him as a person on here just speaking his truth, man. Like whatever he feels he's gonna say, he's not, um, he's not doing this for anybody but himself and his family. I really feel him for that. FL Studio. Good Lord, why? You said you're a Spotify user, 140K minutes this year. Yes, they do have really good user experience. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's almost like they trick you into doing it. Like even if you post on like IG, most of the people will say, you know, Spotify usually be the first thing they ever talk about or tell you to go to listen to their music. Maybe Apple may be like the second one, but you don't hear people talk about Tidal, Amazon, Deezer, Napster. Like all these other places pay more than Spotify, so it's so weird to me, yo. Yeah, yeah, man. Appreciate all the ones, man. Thanks, guys. This going independent better than going through what the blouse? My camera's tripping. Going through a recording company, especially dealing with a contract. Um, it just I to be honest with you, it just kind of matters where you are. Um, right now, the labels are just really trying to get everything they can from anybody they try to sign or support. Like, I don't know if you guys heard about the Taylor Swift releasing her like album again. So basically, they're limiting people from actually doing what she did. She's basically re-recording her album and re-releasing it as her own under her own kind of label thing, which means more money actually goes to her than it did to the label. And supposedly, the reason that she did it was because of the guy who took over her label, who bought it. I don't know his name right now. My mind is complete blank, but she's saying that's the reason she did it, and that's why she wanted to have her own music. Since she wanted to own her own music, so that's why she did that. So now, if you go to a label, they actually have that stitched in now. So you gotta wait like 30 years before you can even get to do what she did and re-record. Ashanti was one of the first people I've ever heard do it. She did it. She redid her album, um, and you know it does help out, I guess, a lot. But man, yo, oh, these people, man, the labels, they something else, man. They just want to take. They're part of everything, everything. So you feel like you know you actually are doing something in the music. You think you're independent in many ways. You can be. If you do go the independent route, I don't know how you want to go that route. You can build your own website, have your people that actually follow and like your stuff come to your website and purchase your stuff, or you can do the promotion route, spend some money, get it on these playlists on Spotify and Apple, and see if you can get like you know 1 million streams to get like $1,000. So I mean, it just kind of matters what you want to do. There are some calculators out there that'll tell you exactly how much. So let's say you wanted to make 100 grand a year from like Spotify and all these streaming platforms. They do have apps out there that'll tell you how many plays you would need to get in order to reach your goal of you know the money that you want to receive. And I think for 100 grand it's probably like 100,000, 100 million plays or something like that. It's something ridiculous, yo. Trust me. Um, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be on this doom and gloom. You guys have like questions. Ah, upload songs. I do. I actually that's why I use DistroKid because DistroKid helps me out a lot. Um, I, I I hate it for the distributors, you know, because of what the all the changes that they're making are making a lot of people kind of question streaming completely. But I really like DistroKid. I think they've helped me a lot. If I was on there more and doing the actual promotion things, the hyperlinks and stuff that they actually send me to use, I'll probably be a lot further inside of my music on these platforms. But I don't have the time. I like full time dad, work full time, come on here, do YouTube, you know, help you guys out wherever I can. So yeah, it's a lot, man. It's I wouldn't put it on everybody, but it is a lot. um, Upload to YouTube mostly because easy way to share with friends and family. I never figured out. Yeah, what? Well, yeah, I mean that is the whole planning thing, yo. And I need to plan out for my next year to see what I really want to do. Um, yeah, best of albums so they can get some more money from them. Yeah. See, but now you gotta understand, like Snoop owns Death Row now, right? So now if Snoop puts out a best of, he's gonna get that money back because he owns his stuff now, because he owns Death Row. He's like the owner of that Death Row now. So hey, man, TV film is a really good route to take. Um, but you will need some mixing and structure. Those are like really, really, really important things inside of the TV film world. If you can't really structure your tracks right, if you don't structure your tracks right, it's harder for the person that wants to use them to use it. So that's why a lot of people do get passed up when they're submitting their stuff to libraries or to music supervisors and stuff like that, is because the structure is not what they need. So definitely learn structure. So there's like different setups or scenarios. Some people call it like a A B setup. So you have like your intro, you have your A section, you have your B section, you have your A section, and then you have like your basic like sting out. Sting out is very, very, very important. A lot of people try to do this fading thing on the end of their tracks. Don't do that. You want to sting ending something that's a definite ending. A button ending is what a lot of people call it as well. But you need that in order for the tracks to transition to the next scene or next song. That's what those are for. So when you have a definite ending and not a fade out, they can just jump into the next scene or the next song or the next part, whatever they need to go into. Um, if you watch any kind of reality TV, you'll hear it all the time. It's like a big, like a crash or um, usually whatever the dominant chord is played at that last note with a crash, kick, and maybe something else in there, like a hit or something. But you definitely want to have that at the end of your tracks. So definitely learn structure. Structure is very, very important because some of the companies will even mix their stuff for you if they really like it. It just kind of matters um, how the company is actually set up. Some have the time to actually do that. Others don't. They want a fully mastered kind of track. So definitely great, great time to learn mastering and how loud you want stuff. And this is why I keep telling you guys about reference tracks. And I don't know if you're listening to me or not. I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm just giving the information. It's up to you to actually go and pursue and actually do it. But a reference track will help you out tremendously. So let's say Vice, for instance, you want to get into TV film. First thing you want to do is kind of look up libraries and what style that you want to do. So you could go the hip hop route. You could do like more of the sports route, which is very, very popular with almost any library that you try to go to. You could do rock. Those are very popular things. So let's just stick with hip hop or trap, right? So if you're doing trap, trap is more dark, more drama driven. So if you listen to, if you watch a lot of, what's those shows called? I just said them. So if you watch a lot of those shows, those what are they called, yo? Those the Kardashians, example. Kardashians. You watch the Kardashians, you listen to the music. It's like some trap beat with some interesting melody in the background, and they're just talking over it with the dialogue, and those are called um, background cues. So if your song is in the background, you get paid for however long they use your song in the background of that cue. There's also like where you have what they call, what are they called? uh, Basically like the beginning of like a scene where there's no vocals or anything, or they're showing like a shot of the city for like their B-roll stuff like that. Um, I'm like completely losing my train of thought, but yeah. So all that to say, just make sure you get your structure down and you get your mixing down. And like I said, your first step, look for a library, find out what you want to make. The most comfortable thing you feel like making, whether that's trap, whether that's hip hop, whether that's R&B, whether that's rock and roll, whether that's jazz, whatever it is that you like to do, that you know that you feel comfortable making, start there and look for libraries. You can look it up easy on Google. Just go to music libraries and just go through them and see what their catalog has. If they have too much like of the style that you want to go for, I'd probably say move on to another one, because you want to be the person that they go to for certain things. Um, Hip hop is a very, very popular category, so you usually will see a lot of libraries have a whole lot of hip hop uh, tracks inside them. So just make sure that you are the one that's actually standing out in that forefront. But once you actually find a library, I'm going all off track. Find a library. Once you find a library, go through their catalog. Usually they'll have an option so you can listen to the tracks that they have in their catalog. Go through them, listen to them, see where yours stacks up against those. If it's not on par or better than those tracks, then you know you need to get to on par or better than those tracks. Um, if you're in Reason, I'm sorry, if you're in Reaper, you can use, or if you have like an audio interface that has a loop back, you can probably record the track. Don't do it, but you could do it. And put it inside the DAW, man. Just record it straight inside the DAW, so you'll have the track for a reference, so you can listen back to it. I would even say make the same exact beat. Don't release it to anybody else or anything, but just so you can see what they did in the track and why that track got placed in that library, and it's probably getting placements in other places, right? So if you have the reference and you actually like completely remake that beat, you'll have a formula of how they made that beat, their structure, the sounds that they use, the drums that they use, what parts they took out, what parts they added back on. Did they have like, shakers at the end, how the sting ending sounds, how sting ending should sound. So all that is in there, yo. All this stuff is out there for you guys. It's free, really. I mean, if you think about it, you could just go there. Some places give you an option to download it. If you're trying to get into that library, do not sign up for them. Because some of them you have to sign up to actually listen to the music. Don't sign up for them. Don't do that. Because that'll come back to you later on. You don't want to do all that. But if you never plan on going to that library, why not? Go ahead, sign up, listen to the music, download the tracks, remake them if you want to, so like I said, you can get a feel of how it's structured, what instruments they're using, the pacing, the timing, the tempo, all that stuff is right there, yo. And Once you actually get into a library, they'll send you what's called a brief, right? And this brief will say, we need some trap tracks in the style of Lil Wayne's A Million, A Milli track, right? So basically, you know the reference, what they're talking about. Then they'll send you references of the tracks that they want you to kind of have your track sound like. So all that stuff is already there for you once you start to get into the TV and film world, because they send out briefs all the time and they'll tell you, hey, we want a track that sounds like this. And basically what you do is make a track that sounds like the brief and you send it to them, and then they send it out to whoever the client is that wants that type of sound. So yeah, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I hope that answered that question, Vice. And of course, this thing is probably not updating, and once again, just rambling. Look at that. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Boy, I tell you, man. Have to find a new way of selling music. I mean, hey, man, if you watch Curtis King, he just found a site called, I think it's called Event. And basically, he has people go there and pay what they want for products. So I think that's really cool. So, like, he's had several people pay like 100 and over for his album that he just released. Planning also. So, I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, like, once you figure out what you want to do, if you want to go the artist route and find people and artists to like sell your beats to, or just work with an artist, go that route. You have to find out what route you want to take. Do you want to just do like a mixtape route where you're just doing like different like lo-fi albums or trap albums and just put them out there? I mean, it just matters where you want to go with your music. Like that is the first thing you need to do. What? Think about going back, Schoolmaster P, what he did back in the day. Master and distribute CDs out of my trunk. Well, I mean, it's just hard to do that hand-to-hand combat, especially if you're not a person that's comfortable with doing that. I know a lot of people are not comfortable with actually um, approaching people, talking to people. They don't come out to shows. A lot of producers don't leave their house. They don't leave their house at all. So it's kind of hard for them to do that kind of thing. But you know, the CD thing is cool, but I mean, you're going to get a lot of rejection, especially nowadays. Most people are going to say, I don't even have a CD in my car. I'm not going to buy a CD from you. They have to be like some kind of fan, some kind of interest in what you're doing in order for you to actually make a sale that way. Uh, I do not have a TV and film structure video. Um, a really, really good one that I found is a guy called X.E.L. He has a YouTube channel. He has one of his videos that basically shows you how to break it down. His name is X.E.L. So it's X Caliber. It's with an X and then CALB, whatever else it is, and then 0ZERO. X.E.L is his name. He does a lot of stuff to help the TV film community. He even has like this course. It's called like Zero to Sync, which is really cool for people trying to get into this. But if you're not trying to spend to do it, definitely look him up. Another person that's really good is Clint Music. He does a lot of, he actually had one yesterday. He does like lives where he'll listen to your music and let you know if it's ready for TV and film. Uh, kind of like the style that I do it right now, in a way. But he has like packages and program called the Road to 10 Placements that he put out, so he can actually help out producers get like their first 10 placements. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking that's what I'm saying. I have to like really sit down. Like next month, I'm really going to sit down and think about if I want to do that TV film route on this channel, because I kind of have my foot in there, and I want to help anybody out that I kind of can get their foot in there as well, kind of thing. But I just don't feel that I have enough experience in it that it'll help people and this channel as well. So I don't know. We'll see. Yes, out the trunk. Uh, well, I mean, it's not. Wanting to make money from it is where the problem kind of lies, because yes, there is money in this, but to get it, it takes time. That is the thing that people won't tell you. I know I say a lot of things about TV and film and stuff like that, but here's the truth about it. It takes a long time. I'm not even gonna like sugarcoat it. It takes a long time to get placements, and once you actually get a placement, it takes nine months to a year to even get any kind of payout from it. And most of the time, that payout is not as much as you think it would be. So if you want to go that route, just know it's the long game. If you're going that TV film route, just wash your hands and know that you probably won't see anything for about 2 years. I'm just going to be honest with you. There are people that do get in and get lucky and actually make money right off the bat, but the majority of the people that do it and the percentage of people that do it are kind of low. So I'm just letting you guys know. And oh yeah, Vice, another person is Sync My Music, a guy named Jesse on there. He has Sync My Music stuff. He's actually really, really good as well at helping and motivating. Actually, this keyboard that I have in front of me, I got because I was in the Sync Academy, and he was doing these challenges, and he was giving out keyboards as a motivation, like the carrot, to make sure you guys kind of did the work. And excuse me, and that's what helped me a lot to actually start finishing tracks, to actually start pitching stuff to libraries, starting to promote myself out there a little bit more. But yeah, he's a really good guy as well. Maybe we could some ideas for selling. You gotta be in people's face. I'm gonna. I promise you that is the only thing right now that you can do music wise to actually make some kind of money. You have to be in people's face. So like, um, and you had to be that person that people want to be around. So like, even if you go to, all right, so let's do it like this. So if you want to actually get, if you want to go like the artist route, sell beats, uh, go to go to Google, find out every studio in your area, every recording studio in your area, every single one of them, make a list and go to every single one of them. And when you go there, make sure you have some kind of like flash drive with your tracks or whatever you're going to be trying to sell. Go there, meet the people, talk to the engineers, um, try to make friends with the engineers. A lot of people don't know this, but engineers place a lot of tracks for artists. So if they're an artist with a big name artist, if they're in if they're in the studio with the big name artist, and the artist is like, yo man, I want to get some more beats, and the engineer just so happens to have your stuff because you have a relationship with that engineer, he'll probably play those beats for that artist. And guess what? You may just get a placement. So that is a step that you can take. Go out there. You have to be in people's face though. That is the only way right now in music that you're gonna make money. Um, you could try that stupid DM thing, DM everybody and say, hey, I sell beats, and see if someone's gonna bite on that. That doesn't really work. And you got to think. So if you hit up 100 people a day, you may get one to one to nobody actually hitting you back. So just think about that. So every day you're sending out to 100 people, maybe one will hit you back. 1 out of 100. So the reason that is because they don't know you. Your face is not in their face. They can't have that conversation. That's why that the hand-to-hand combat used to always work, because if you were on a show doing something on a show, after the show, you have your merch table. They'd be like, yo man, I really like that song. Do you have a CD of that song? Boom. You just made a sale because they're interested in you as an artist or whatever you're actually doing. Or if you do like beat battles, and you go out to these beat battles and you play your beats, and then somebody from the crowd is like, yo man, I'm really digging what you're doing. You have like a CD or something I could have. So, and bam, you're face to face with them though. This is what I'm saying. Like it's really hard to make money over the internet unless you're spending money. Now, if you're willing to spend money to actually get out there, then that's a whole different story. You can actually do ads on YouTube. You can do ads on Facebook. You do ads on Instagram. You do ads on TikTok. You do ads on Snapchat. So like you can pay your way to get to what you want to get, but just remember, you're gonna have to be paying out all the time to keep it consistently flowing. So yeah. It's hard to sell goods. I've had merch on my site forever, and like I haven't really sold that much. uh, EDM, boom, back beats. Yeah, all right. So if you do like a lot of EDM, they use a lot of EDM in like commercials. So it could be a route that you want to take. So you can kind of look for, and yo, man, if you guys are using like, the chat GPT stuff, use it, man. Put it in there, be like, hey, let's say you want to do like ads for sneakers, type in chat GPT, what are the best music libraries for, what is that? Sports gear or sneakers or sneaker companies, right? And it'll list out all the companies that usually do ads. So if that's the route you want to take, that is a great way you can actually get in there to do that. Yeah, Vice has a point. I do have the one-on-one stuff, so you can narrow down what you're trying to do. Hey man, I'm a plethora of information. I mean, the thing about it is that, here's the funny thing about information is it's only useful if you use it. There's been many times I've been told many different things that I didn't use the information, and there's times where I tell people to kind of do things and they don't do it, and then they realize later on, hey, I should have probably listened to X. He was right. But I'm not one of those people that do that he say, she say, or I told you so stuff. I can't stand that, so I try not to do it. But you know, it happens. And with the Purchase Credit King album, you get samples, I believe. Yes, he has some royalty-free samples with it. He has, I think, some videos or something with it as well. I mean, it's a nice package. Um, and I'm happy to see that people are actually purchasing it and buying it. Uh, is it an option to own a percentage of the beat? I think he has. I think it's royalty-free samples on there. But when you do those royalty-free sample stuff, it kind of matters how many people actually have it. Because if you think about Splice, all those are or royalty-free samples. But if you put it up on YouTube, they'll give you one of those, hey, stop using this or we're going to take it down kind of thing. All right, Nathan, peace out. No problem, Caesar. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Like I said, today has been one of those days. I mean, it's been draining to see and hear all this information. I really need to make a video about it, but I've been lazy. And I've been like bogged down at work. There's been so much work. End of the year, so they start letting people go and stuff. So, work, 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 work. All right. I hope that was the end of them. I'm gonna put another dot in here and see if there's more. Nope, there's no more. All right. So I guess that will be the end of the night for you guys. Sorry for the rambling and just going off, but I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the channel. It feels like the channel's almost dying in a way, man. Like I haven't really gotten anything going that will kind of make the channel grow more. It's been hard. Yeah, I've done a lot this year for sure, man. Um, I'm really proud of a couple of the placements on like TV that I got this year. Like this has like been actually a pretty good year for placements for me. Um, if you have like NBA TV, they have this Shaq documentary. I have like 4 or 5 tracks on that documentary. So my stuff is playing in the background uh, of the documentary. And that's one of my proudest moments. I got that in the beginning of the year. I still haven't seen it on my ASCAP yet. But it should be coming probably next year. I thought it would come in October, but it's probably gonna come next year. Oh, no problem, Steven. Yo, man. Hey, if you guys have like questions like that, I want to do like more of a Q&A thing, um, kind of help you guys out. But that's why I actually have the one-on-ones, so we can get or dive deeper into your path that you want to take, and we can see each other face to face on a Zoom meeting or something like that, and or a Google Meet. I don't know which one I'll actually do, but yeah. So when I've done a couple of one-on-ones, try to help out as much as I possibly can. But like I said, I give out the information as freely as I possibly can to you guys, just because I appreciate you being in the Discord, on these lives with me, um, subscribing to the channels. So I'll try to help out as much as I possibly can. All right, but with that being said, hopefully next week I can do a live. You'll see. It kind of matters how the week goes. I need to plan out a couple of things. I need to redo some of my website. I need to update some of my merch, and actually start promoting a lot more than I have. Be a little bit more engaging on these other platforms like IG and TikTok, or not TikTok, but Twitter. I have no idea how to pop off on TikTok. I've tried. I actually deleted the app off of my phone Sunday. I was like, I'm tired of this app. Every time I look at my phone, it's saying TikTok is draining your battery. And I don't even go in there and look at anything on there because that is a rabbit hole. I don't know how people go in there and use TikTok. It is a rabbit hole. Like once you go in there, you're just there. You're like in another dimension, just going through stuff, and it's a trap. Don't do it. Even when I tell you guys about doing that for your beats, if you want to go and kind of promote your stuff that way, hit up people's DMs, which doesn't necessarily work, but it's a route you can take. But don't stay on there. If you once you stay on there, you're just wasting time. You're just there just for the enjoyment of others. But yeah, thank you guys. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you guys for joining. We will be having a beat battle next month. Like I said, I might up the ante for next month. So definitely look out for that. And I want to try to promote it a little better next month as well. With that being said, that's the end of this live stream. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. And once again, it's your boy, X.E.L. Till next time. Peace.